Hello, good evening. You know, and I was so grumpy today. I'm just so tired, man. Man. Just now is not the time, apparently. Alright. So I realized, sometimes I get a little bit caught up. I like to do, I told you this, personal inventory, some review. I like to go back and look at my old videos. You know, we're talking about introspection and how it is an important piece of shaping our character and our confidence. So I go back, all the way back to Samuel part 3. There's no sound. There's no sound in the video. Nobody told me. They had like 3 likes. Had like 3 likes. Nobody told me there was no audio. And it's so funny because I've been consistently checking, because I'll do it often, right? I'll look at the little, there's a headphone outlet and there's a microphone. Sometimes I'll put the microphone in the headphone outlet on accident, but it needs to go in the microphone. It's weird how it works, but I don't know. Yeah, I check, make sure, right, it's on the right one. So, but it completely went by me. I didn't review in time to go ahead and re-record right away. Or maybe I did catch it and I pushed it aside because I was being lazy. I don't know. I don't remember that many days ago. Alright. Let's just get into a short message because the Surah cut out as well. There was no audio on the Surah. So I'm going to go ahead and read a Surah. It's not going to be the same one. I'm going to do a different randomization. And might as well go ahead and talk about 3 Samuel because it feels weird to just have that left out of the story. You can read it, but I would like to put my words to it. I think it's important. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Alright. Alright, lots of reoccurring themes. This is Surah 13, line 30. And I did say we might look at the importance of like numbers, but that's erring on the side of numerology. I thought about it so many times to look at repeating numbers, things like that. That's something that I've done. I do have a favorite number. None of you shall know what that is. But I don't think that's something I'm gonna do. I don't think that reading into it that deep. Of course, and I won't even recommend it to you either. I won't even do that. Of course, we use numbers to track and keep to patterns or themes, but we're just not going to confuse things, right? But everything is related. I'll just leave it at that. Everything is related. Let's stop going on and on and on. Let's get into Surah 13. And then line 30. This is a longer one, okay? Thus we sent thee amongst a people before whom, thus have we sent thee amongst a people before whom, long since, have other peoples gone and passed away, in order that thou mightest rehearse unto them what we send down to thee by inspiration. Yet do they reject him, the most gracious. Say, He is my Lord. There is no God but He. On Him is my trust, and to Him I do turn, and to Him do I turn. Heavy, and it does, the power of the Lord, it does relate to what we will talk about in Samuel. Amongst a people Muslims have other people. Okay. Long one, I apologize. I hope we let this sit with us for just a second, also while I analyze this, as it is a little bit after hours. But we just mentioned this. We just talked about this, right? We have sent signs to a people before, and those same people rejected then, and those same people are rejecting now. Nothing is new under the sun. I'm sure you've heard that ringing in your ears lately. Nothing is new under the sun. Okay? These individuals, the non-believers, think they're being innovative. They think they're being trendy and new, by not subscribing. But no, this is all the same. It's all exactly the same. And without me getting too pent up and emotional about it, it's hard not to. It is. Because yet do they reject him, the most gracious. He is my Lord. There is no God but he. On him is my trust, and to him do I turn. So I feel as though I should convey that emotion that was reflected the time that this was written, the time that this was handed down, right? I'm conveying that passion. And we always are coming into this conflict with, I don't know why, right? It's God, it's the Lord. He's not supposed to have emotions. He's not human, right? He can't experience sadness. He can't experience depression or hurt, right? Because he's not human. He's all-knowing. He's all-wise. He's all-perfect. Imagine really knowing and being that all-knowing and being that all-wise. Imagine the weight of that. And imagine how one, entity or not, must feel. Yes, he doth feel. I know that because it is written. It is written more times than one. Okay. So without me getting too passionate about that subject, we're wondering why, right? Why is all this killing going on? Why is the Lord trying to destroy, again, thinking back to the Bible, yes, there is killing still going on. Thinking back to the time of the Bible, why was there so much destruction and battling and killing off entire nations? Because if you kill off an entire section of individuals, I'm not even going to use the term nation because I don't want to be insensitive, because there are wrongs that do occur in the world, right? We know that. But killing off entire groups of individuals, those groups of individuals cannot be able to reproduce, therefore assisting into the regeneration of the non-believers. We mentioned before, we're trying to get to a point where we're all on the same page, where we can all agree and understand one another. We no longer have to be separated. And there was a time for separation. There was. And I would still argue that there may be, a longer term of separation that still needs to take place. But thinking back to Babel, right? People did need to be split up because there would be no story. There would be no length and longevity within the earth. But things, of course, got out of hand. And the Lord doth feel that. He doth feel the error in some of his ways, even though he is all-knowing and all-wise and all-perfect. He created us, humans, that can make their own decisions, that can advance as fast as they want to advance, with the Lord or without the Lord. But the Lord sees everything. He knows exactly what's going on. So that's why, there's a lot of battling. And the Lord gave that really specific instruction. Kill them all. Animals, women, children, babies, sad. I know, okay? Not something that you want to hear. I know. And it's just, I get it. It's not the time, but apparently it is, right? But we're wondering why. Why the violence? Because we're not in balance. Okay? I know we're saying, be on the same page, but really do I mean in balance. We need to be, together as one and in balance, okay? So it's coming, right? It's coming. And it doesn't have to be all death and destruction, okay? Things are a lot better than they used to be. So we have that. We have that faith, okay? But yeah, nothing new is under the sun. Nothing is new. All right. So let's just go ahead and de-escalate. Let's get into 3 Samuel. I'm going to say those words that I thought I had said, but I did say them. They just were not properly established. Okay. All right. Be back soon. I'm going to start putting my titles on here. I feel like they're so catchy.